It's an incredible staple to have in your collection because yes, it might be a basic, but it's not basic looking. It's one of those pieces that you know you have in your collection forever because it's timeless, but it's not in any shape boring. Hello my friends, today's video is going to be all about building your Hermes collection in 2021, and I'll be sharing with you my top pick from each and every single Hermes métier. So if one of you guys came to me and said, hey, I want to start building my Hermes collection, but I don't know where to start, and is it even too late to begin now? I would say that these are the pieces that you should look into and consider picking up. We'll go over every single Hermes family from shoes through ready-to-wear home, all the way to some lesser known bags that are not Birkins and Kellys, but will give you a good idea for what Hermes has to offer. And I try to pick newer launches rather than just going on and on about classics that you've already heard me talk about before and even review. So if you would like to explore the world of Hermes in 2021, but you just need some help with where to start, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. I think we should start with shoes, just because who couldn't use a new pair of shoes? And you'd probably expect me to talk about the Avantage sneakers, and since I already mentioned it, I might as well give them an honorable mention here, because the Avantage sneakers I absolutely adore. They have to be my most favorite sneakers, not only from Hermes, but in general. I just absolutely love the fit, the comfort level that it gives, the way it looks. You can so easily dress it up or dress it down. If you're looking for a pair of sneakers that you can wear every single day and they'll never look out of place, the Avantage sneakers are the one for you. But I should stop rambling about them because I have so many videos on my Avantage sneakers. But I do have to say that if you're looking to add a pair of sneakers to your collection with a twist, now you can pick up the Avantage sneakers in a teddy shearling finish. They're lined with shearling on the inside, which I think just makes them feel like being wrapped up in bed in a cashmere blanket. And they also have a little shearling fluffy detail on the side. At the moment they're only available for women, and I don't know if they'll ever launch them for men, but if they do, you know I'm going to be first in line to pick them up. But if you can fit into women's sizing, those are an option for you right now, and they're really quite season appropriate too, so I would highly suggest that you look into the Avantage sneakers. But if you're not in the mood for a new pair of sneakers and you want to invest your money elsewhere, something that is very much worth looking into when it comes to Hermes is their boots, because obviously Hermes has been making everything a horse rider could possibly need for decades, and boots are a big part of that culture, and Hermes sure knows how to make a good pair of boots. Now, as I said, I didn't want to pull classics and talk to you about pieces that I have reviewed before, but it actually wasn't difficult to find a new pair of boots that Hermes launched for fall winter 21. So if you are looking to invest your money in a new pair of boots that are timeless, that are classic, that you can rely on for decades to come, I would highly suggest that you check out their new so-called dressage boots, which are sort of an urbanized take on the classic iconic riding boots that Hermes comes out with each and every single season. And at first glance you might think that these boots are sort of just ordinary and they're quite boring, but it's all in the details, from the incredibly timeless and elegant shape through the way these boots are put together and the divine materials that Hermes of course uses, to the finishing touches that these boots have, which in this case is this incredible contrast saddle stitching that not only runs down the entire front of the boots, but also on the back. And you have to look at the heels of these boots, which by the way they have two different heel heights of, because the stitching doesn't stop where the boots do, but they run all the way down on the back of the heel, which is the kind of attention to detail that you are paying for. So if you're looking to add a new pair of boots into your collection this season, if you want a pair that is elegant, that is chic, that will make you look like $1,000,000, these are the best pieces that money can buy. And if you're looking to add something to your collection from their men's line, I would suggest that you check out their VO and Co boots, which I have talked about before. I bought those boots when they first launched, and I have confessed to you before that they are probably one of the most uncomfortable pair of shoes that I own. But that's because I bought the original version that were in this really rough calfskin that are really, really tough and are not flexible in any shape. Which means that when you wear these shoes that have this really thick rubber sole, it's not the shoes that start breaking in after a while, but it's your feet. They really take a beating when you put these shoes on because the shoes just don't bend. But I noticed that they launched them in suede this season, which I assume would be a lot more comfortable just because suede is more flexible and it's softer than calfskin. So I would hope and I would like to think that they're going to be more comfortable than the calfskin version. So if you've always loved the shape, but you didn't want to suffer for beauty, you definitely want to check these out in suede this season. Moving on to ready to wear, I don't actually have anything groundbreakingly new to share here, just because when it comes to Hermes ready to wear, it is a tricky one to recommend. Especially if you're still at the beginning of your luxury journey, you might not want to put money into pieces that won't give you that much bang for your buck. Obviously, Hermes ready to wear is timeless, it's elegant, it's incredibly made. I mean, their quality is outstanding. But a lot of the times you can find much more affordable dupes for the price, pieces that are comparable in quality and even style when it comes to, for example, their cashmere sweaters and their cashmere silk blends. So I wanted to recommend you some pieces that won't break the bank, but will give you quite a bit of a spice to your collection, pieces that you would not find from other houses. Let's start with this sweater, which is part of a line that is not brand new for the season. It's something that Hermes has been launching this time of year for maybe the past 3 seasons. And initially they were branded as a travel sort of mini collection that consisted of this sweater, they had the matching joggers, even a cardigan and a dress. And they expand on this line each and every single season, but with traveling taking a backseat, they have started rebranding it to being a loungewear line, which either way, they just work. But if you're only going to get one piece from this collection, go for the sweater because I find it to be the most multi-faceted. There is a lot that you can do with this. You can dress it up or dress it down. You can put this over a beautiful white shirt and make it look more formal and a pair of tailored pants. Or you can dress it down and just wear it at home or wear it out with a really nice suede jacket thrown over top, over your shoulders. It's an incredible staple to have in your collection because yes, it might be a basic, but it's not basic looking. It's one of those pieces that you know you have in your collection forever because it's timeless, but it's not in any shape boring. You get some beautiful, intricate details and the quality is just outstanding. Yes, it's 100% wool, but it's not going to leave you feeling itchy and icky. It's just as luxurious in terms of feel as it is in look. So I think this would be an amazing piece to invest in. And of course, I would probably go for black. Now, my one complaint is that I personally cannot go for black because this style runs incredibly small. I think the largest size in this might be a 42 or 44. There might be a 44, but I have a suspicion that 42 is the largest size. And a 42 on me is way too small. So yes, unfortunately, this is not an option for me. But if you fit their sizing, it's a great piece to have. Now, if you need something that is a little bit more oversized and comfortable, you might want to look at their men's collection and invest in one of their seasonal leather patchwork sweaters, which you guys know I'm a big fan of. This season they have one with a horse head on it, and similar to the previous sweater that we talked about, this is a piece that you can super easily dress up or dress down. And I can almost guarantee that if you buy this and you want to wear it in 100 different ways, you could without it ever looking redundant, because it's just such a special piece to have. Not to mention that you do get a little bit of Hermes leather, which is what they are most well known for, but it's not going to break the bank. This season they have a horse head on front, which, I mean, you cannot possibly get any more Hermes than that. I bought the t-shirt earlier this season, which I have been really enjoying. But if you're only going to do one, do the sweater, because there's a lot more that you can do with that. Moving on to a controversial category from Hermes that I feel just as many people hate as many people love, which is their belts. But two of the standout designs of recent history for me from Hermes would be their pop age belt, which is not brand new. It's been out for just about a year, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere because Hermes continues to launch this in more and more different color variations. And this really is a simple belt that I don't think anyone would dislike, as long as they get on well with a thinner belt, because this is only 15 millimeters, which I personally find that suits me in a pair of jeans, but I really wouldn't go any smaller than this. But if you get on well with a thinner belt, I do think that you're very much going to enjoy this. The only detail on this is this tiny little tone-on-tone enamel H, which really doesn't stand out. It doesn't scream and shout. So if you've always had an issue with the traditional H belts, this I think you will very much enjoy. And it comes in a huge range of beautiful different colors, from classics to some more vivid tones, and the H is always going to be tone on tone. But I do think that if you would like this belt but you want something a little bit more perhaps interesting and out there, you would also like this newer belt, which is the so-called Lucky belt. If you like that, you'll like this. If you like this, you'll like that, because they're really quite similar. You just have to decide which decorative element is closer to your heart, the Kelly lock that's on the Lucky belt, or the tiny little H that is on the Pop H belt. But other than that, the ethos of both of them is quite similar. You can wear them in your jeans, you can wear them in more formal pants, or if you buy them in a smaller size, you can have them on as a waist belt over a blazer or even a dress. Really, the sky's the limit. You can style these in so many different ways, and both of these are going to be around for quite a while. Let's touch on Hermes Home for a brief second, but not any longer, because I do have a super in-depth dedicated video coming on Hermes Home really soon. But in case you're so excited to add a new Hermes Home piece to your collection, this is the piece that I would recommend that you look at, which is their new Brie de Gala blanket. Now, there was at one point a matching pillow, but I have to be honest with you, I have not seen the pillow in quite a while. But even just having the blanket on its own would be an amazing addition to your home. You'll probably be more familiar with their iconic Avalon blankets and pillows, which I do own and love the look of, but I have to admit that they're not as good quality as they should be for the price. But I have really high hopes for this new line of blankets, which will be available with a couple of different prints. But if I could only choose one, I would of course go for the Brie de Gala print, because it's so iconic to the house of Hermes without really having any noticeable branding on it, that you cannot go wrong with it. I love all the different colors that it comes in. I love how thin yet warm it feels. So if you're looking for a new addition to your home, something really quite cozy, then this is the piece that I would like to put on your radar. Moving on to SLGs, believe it or not, this was the toughest category for me to choose something new for, because I really don't think that Hermes has ever had such a slow and boring SLG season as they did this past year. I think the only standout piece that I could call out was maybe the launch of the Constance and Rolly Slims. They did have a couple of other things here and there too, but nothing exciting. And I do have a dedicated review on the Constance Slim, so if you're interested, I have that linked up here. And I could talk about it again, but it's still practically impossible to get, so there's really no point. If you want to get it, I think your best bet is to just put in a request for it and be really patient, because for some reason they were so slow releasing that it's still nearly a mission impossible to get your hands on. However, something promising that should be launching any day now, unless it gets cancelled. Let's hope it doesn't, because I am actually really excited for this piece at this point, which is brand new for Hermes, and it's their so-called Hermes Way wallet slash phone case slash a case for everything that you could possibly need, which I know is a really unorthodox and long-winded way of describing what this piece is, but that's exactly what it is. It's quite a special piece that I have really never seen from anyone else before. If anything, it reminds me of the cargo Birkin and the new Picotin Birkins, just because they have all these utilitarian pockets. But this contraption should hold everything that you could possibly need when you're out and about running errands: your phone, a credit card, a lipstick or lip balm of your choice, and even your AirPod case. So if you don't like carrying around too much, this is it. This is going to be your one trick pony, and you won't need anything else. It's a done deal. You can grab this and be out the door without ever having to worry about leaving something at home. You know that all your essentials are in this one piece. But even if you don't think that this would be able to carry and hold everything that you need with you on a daily basis, this is something that you can just use inside of a larger bag or tote as sort of an organizer, which would definitely make your life a lot easier when you're switching bags, or if you are just running errands and you don't want to carry your entire bag. This is something that you can grab and just rely on it holding all your essentials. So I'm actually pretty excited for this piece to launch. It hasn't launched yet as far as I know, and I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't until the beginning of next year. But as soon as it does, I'll keep you posted. And just my guess would be that it's going to be around the $2,000 mark, in case you're interested. I don't have an official price yet, but that would be just my personal guess, that it's going to be around the $2,000, maybe $2,500 mark, which is not too bad considering how much of a functional piece you actually get for your money. But I have to say, I'm super excited, and I hope you are too. And last but not least, I wanted to give you a quick tip for a bag that I do think is worth considering, which is the grooming bag. Now, this piece is not new to Hermes, but it's quite new to me. I've only really been using this for the past 2 to 3 weeks, and I've been going back and forth between the grooming bag and my Kelly pochette, which are the two complete opposite ends of the spectrum, and I have been loving both equally. I knew I would enjoy having the grooming bag in my collection, but I never expected to love it as much as I do. It's just such a simple, easy, and functional piece to have in your collection. I'll definitely come back with a dedicated review on this bag once I've had a little bit more time to use it, enjoy it, and test it. But I still wanted to give you a quick update, and if that's a video that you'd like to see, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, just so you don't miss any new uploads from me. But this actually completes today's video, full of my recommendations on where to start your MS collection in 2021. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and I would love for you to share your experience and your thoughts. Is there anything that you feel would be a great piece to pick up from Hermes this season? Please do share. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you back here with a new video really, really soon. But for now, bye.